Hello, everyone. Hope you're all well out there on a Monday afternoon. I've been hearing from many of you since my last video yesterday, and there are a lot of people hurting. And I think it's going to get a lot worse, unfortunately. I'm going to go into that on some things that I've been hearing and seeing myself. I also have some more advice, some more suggestions. If you are trying to make more money, if you are looking for work, make a change, especially if you're unemployed. Okay, stay tuned for that. And I have a very good uplifting passage that you will find, I believe, motivating. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that as well. I'll do that towards the end of the video. But first, I know while I was driving out today, I saw a guy kind of from a distance, but it was at a gas station, a small gas station. He was going through the trash. He was obviously homeless, but this guy was an older guy going through the trash there by the gas pumps, looking for food. I was not in a position on the highway to be able to, I was not close, and I was going to see somebody for an appointment. And, but anyway, said a prayer for him. But I've been hearing from you folks and how you're struggling and how you are seeing other people struggle. And I wanted to share that and just share kind of what we can do about it. I believe we're in a period of time now to where things are kind of calm, relatively speaking, but things are about to ramp up. But that doesn't discount the hurt that's out there right now. That's been going on. While our federal government spends billions and billions and billions of your dollars going towards the, how can I put it, the folks who have newly arrived. We'll go with that. While you have citizens, veterans, homeless veterans, struggling on the streets, hungry. It's disgraceful. It's evil. I had an email from a subscriber that talked about how, now this, I'll only say that this person lives in Mississippi and that they're seeing a lot of people around them in a big struggle. And they said what they're seeing is people are resorting to asking for loans or asking for money or asking for loans from friends, family, from people around them. They said that just where the subscriber works alone, 3 to 4 people were asking or were telling them that they were having trouble affording the rent, the bills, food, automobile repair bills. Now, this person that emailed me said that they themselves have loaned out some money, a fair amount of money, to some of these folks, and has not seen a return, any kind of return, and I don't believe they will see a return. That's unfortunate. This person also said that the Dollar General where they live, they've noticed that they've did away with the self-checkout due to theft. They asked the cashier, what's the deal? Can you tell me? And the cashier said, yes, it's because of theft. We've done away with that. And the cashier also said that according to the cashier, the most often stole item was pet food. Thought that was interesting and sad. Pet food. Wow. I mean, think about that for a moment. Pet food they're stealing. That's just sad, man. A lot of people are hurting. There's no doubt about it. A lot of the comments on the last, a whole lot, but some comments and emails that I've gotten are talking about this. And many are on the edge of being homeless or unemployed or both, or already both. There are people that are homeless or working out of, or that are living out of automobiles that are even working. They're just not making enough, or the cost of housing is so much that even though they're working, they're having to live or couch surf or live out of their car. Maybe an extended stay hotel for a while to clean up. Many can't afford the rent, much less a house payment. We see that in our work, where I work too. I do. I see people living out of vehicles, and they feel blessed to have the vehicle. If you're in a situation like this, to where you believe you're about to lose your apartment or where you're renting, and you do have a vehicle, especially if that vehicle is paid for, or even if you're still making some payments on it, do all you can to keep that vehicle, because that could be your fallback. That could be your emergency shelter. It's better than being in the woods. It's better than being on the streets. It may be better than being just in a shelter, a temporary homeless shelter. Many towns have homeless shelters to where at least they can house you free temporarily. And you have to follow their rules, but do that. Do that, absolutely, by all means. Do it as long as you can. But if that's not the case and you do have a vehicle, that can be your shelter. And depending on what kind of vehicle you have, some can really be a lot more viable option than some others, I've seen people living out of vehicles, for sure. For those who are struggling as far as you're trying to find more work, I have a few things, and I've mentioned some of these before, but most of my career, I have worked with trying to help people to get in a position to find a job or find a better job. I've been a career coach. I've been a job coach. I've been a manager. I've been in upper management. I've hired people. I've interviewed a lot of people. I've been the one being interviewed many times. So I consider myself a pro with a lot of experience. I've hired teams of people and managed them. Now, right now, I'm content being an Indian. I'm good not being the chief. It's steady work. Benefits are good. So, however, I've been there. And I will tell you, especially if you're unemployed and you need work, first of all, can you get unemployment benefits? It's better than nothing. If you can't get unemployment benefits, you're not eligible, or you've run out or whatever, let everybody know you're looking for work. There's no stigma on this. Don't worry about a stigma. Okay? Family, past coworkers, networking. That is the key. 80+% of people who find work through people they know. I hear people saying, I've applied to all these jobs online. I know the feeling. I've tried that before in the past too. It doesn't work for the most part. I'm not going to say it never works, but your chances are greatly increased when you network. So, friends, family, church, friends of friends, family, your friend may know somebody else who's hiring. Friend of a friend, you just don't ever know. So reach out to your former coworkers or former boss. Anybody that may be able to help you. Let everybody know. You'll be surprised what kind of difference that can make. If you can get in front of an employer, stress your strengths, your intangibles, your dependability, your reliability, how you can be adaptive. You can learn new things, especially if you're older. Make sure you let them know, hey, I'm adaptable. I can learn new things. I can learn new tricks. I'm older, so I don't have young children or a family. I may have a family, but I don't have young children. I don't have all these other obligations. I'll be dependable. I'll be there for you. I have transportation. Blah, you know the things. What is your edge? Think about what edge you have over the competition, over all the other people. There's going to be more and more people looking for work now, I believe. So what is your strength? What is the thing that kind of sets you apart from others? We all have that ability. We all have a strength, a talent that makes us better than the average bear at something. What is yours? How can you leverage that? Okay. Let them know you just need a chance to prove yourself. Smile. Even if things are falling apart, if you get in front of an employer or you get an interview, things can be falling apart. Try to compartmentalize that, at least for the time being. When you get in front of that employer, smile like everything's $1 million. All right? It works. Don't badmouth anybody. Don't badmouth former employers, other companies. You gotta be positive. You gotta be honest. Have references. Reach out to former supervisors, friends, or preferably former supervisors or coworkers are great references. Not your mom, not your brother-in-law, not your best friend necessarily. Priority is people you've worked with, okay? And ask them first, hey, can I use you as a reference? They say yes, awesome. Get their email and their phone number. That makes a big difference. Somebody you're reasonably sure can give you a good reference, right? Okay. A word about temporary agencies. A lot of people scoff at that, like, dog, I ain't gonna work for a temp agency. I need permanent work. I need work with benefits. I get it. I agree. I can't tell you, I've worked in the temporary world before. I've worked for these kind of folks before. I can't tell you how many times a one-day assignment turned into somebody getting hired. That's how a lot of these companies screen their people. Now, there are companies where, yes, it's just going to be a temporary job. That's better than nothing. However, there are many employers, I'd say more than less, just want to test you, just want to see how it goes. It's like a trial run. It's like a test drive. Bust your tail if you get a chance to do that. And don't say, can you hire me? Can you hire me? Just go in and do the job to the best of your ability. Be courteous, be professional. And you could ask at the end of the shift, say, hey, I'm available. That's the way to do it. Be professional. Can you do gigs? DoorDash, something like that. Now, that's not for everybody. I get it. I would not do Uber or anything like that. I mean, having somebody in your vehicle in this day and time, y'all, even like DoorDash, that's risky. I don't know. I think it depends on where you are still and who you are. Some people don't mind trying that, but this day and time, it's dangerous out there. I don't know. But temp agencies for sure. Unemployment benefits, I mentioned that. Prayer. How about some prayer? That can help, and it can give you peace when you pray about that. If you have a job interview and you feeling yourself getting worked up, because it's a nerve-wracking experience. I know. I've done it many times. I've been on both sides of the table, like I said. Hey, by the way, it's nerve. Usually the person interviewing you is nervous. Okay? All right? But before you go in there, before you're being interviewed, say a prayer. Say a prayer. Before you get out of your vehicle, before you walk in the building, say a prayer. It can relax you, I promise. All right, that leads me into the passage. This is from Matthew chapter 7, verse 8. It's a good one. It says, "For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks the door will be opened." I'm gonna say it one more time. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, to the one who knocks the door will be opened. There's only, the Lord will answer your prayer one of three ways. It's either yes, no, or maybe, or not yet. Scratch maybe. I don't know why I said maybe. It's either yes, no, or not yet. Those are the three. So pray for it and ask. Again, it will give you peace. Let's keep in prayer. Let's stay close to Jesus. Share your thoughts. God bless you. I'll see you soon.